what is the differences between the char and varchar 2 we discussed in the last session. Okay, so if anybody asks you the differences of char and varchar, you just tell that char is called as what now? Fixed length data type, or else we can say it's a static nature. And varchar 2 is called as what now? Dynamic, or else a variable length data type. And the second one, okay, the char maximum size will be take up to 2000 bytes. So that means in my string, I can put how many number of characters here? Only 2000 characters only I can put it. But more than 2000 characters of string expressions we cannot store. And now you want it like this, then you can use varchar 2. And here it will be go 4000 bytes. That means in one string expression, you can keep it 4000 characters you can send in one single expression. So that is the maximum limit of your varchar 2. And later we discuss what is the disadvantage of char means memory wasted, but when it comes to advantage of varchar 2, memory save. And these two data types are we are using to store non-Unicode characters. Understand now? But now I want to store Unicode characters. It's nothing but globalized data. Okay. At that moment, we need to use the next one. What is the next type? Text hiding nchar. Nchar of size. Okay. This is the first one. And nchar almost same as you. Almost same here. It's a pixel length data type and will store here Unicode characters in the form of one char is equals 1 byte. Maximum size is 2000 bytes. And here also, so same kind of the disadvantage here. So again, it was static nature, and here also will wasting our memory. Okay, no? So again, to overcome this problem, okay, the people was introducing here. What is this? N varchar 2. And here N stands for, you all of you know, what is that? National. Completed. And the next one come out N varchar 2. And the next data type is long data type. Uh, you can take like, okay, long data type. So now here observe the long data type when we comparing to your varchar and char. Okay. So now here observe long data type is also same just like a dynamic or dynamic data type. It is also okay. But advantage of long is what now? This data type can be stored all types. That means non-unique code as well as a Unicode. The both kind of data can be stored. Okay. And one more thing is what now? This remaining previous, if you see the string data types here, what is the maximum size of nvarchar2 here? 4000 bytes. And even though non-unique code, if you see here also 4000. So maximum 4000 characters, I can send it single expression. But when I'm using long data type, as per the capacity and size wise, it was a 2 GB. So up to 2 GB of data I can store in my column. Okay, now in that cases, it was very, very helping us. Okay, now right. So now below right now, the same to same here also long. It is a variable length data type or dynamic nature and stored. It will be stored here non-unique code and Unicode characters in the form of one char is equals to 1 byte. And I think here I need to change this. Can you change here? This is nchar, and here also this is n varchar. Yes or no? And I think previous also I want to change this. Can you change this? Check it out. Check it out your notes, yesterday notes. Yesterday notes you can see varchar 2. The last point you can check it out. The maximum size of what is that? Varchar 2. There is, you can mention varchar 2, not char. So maybe I copied, or that's why it was same as this. Or you can take varchar 2. And today also, you can take n varchar 2. Above one is nchar. The maximum size of nchar data type is 2000 bytes. Okay. And next one, n varchar 2 data type size is 4000 bytes. So there is, you can change this. Okay, na? And later don't confuse. Is it clear? Now come to long. So long will be storing non-unique code as well as Unicode characters. And if anybody asks you what is the maximum size of long data type, okay, is here 2 GB is maximum size. Okay. And here one more very important here. nvarchar 2 columns, number of columns you can apply this data type. Nchar you can apply on number of columns. Varchar here, how many types of data we can store means integer format data we store with the help of some number and int data types. And floating expressions data I can store with the help of number p comma s. And next string data, and string is nothing but string, okay, character string as well as alpha numeric character strings. So there are two types. So that means as of now, integer, float, and a string of a character and a string of a alpha numeric characters. So these are, we can go to save it. But in database, when you're working with databases or when you're developing an applications, not only these data types, even though we are interacting to date and time, and date and time is also very, very important for us. Okay, now, because if I want to know the company in a company, employee when he was joined, the date of join of particular employees, hire dates of particular employees, okay, and date of birth, okay, and nowadays you can see the products, okay, manufacturing date as well as expired dates. So these kind of information is also very important to store in my databases. And along with this, when we want to do some transaction through online, for example, if you go to any online transactions, whenever you want to perform, what it was happened there, data along with the data, time also showing to us. Yes or no? Your transaction you did on which date, along with the at what time. So that complete information we can see. If you go to ATM mission, once your transaction was completed, you will get a slip. In the slip, if you want to identify, one side date is there and one side time also there, the transaction at what time you did it. Okay, now, so that means these are also very, very important to maintain. The date and time information is also very important data in our real time. Understand now? So, but how, sir? How I can store the date expressions as well as time expression? Okay, now. So for storing of these two types of data, then we have the data types are called as what now? Date data types. Now take next slide heading. This is very important for you real time as well as interview questions. In interviews also, it is very important to you. So basically in this date data types, okay, na, there are two types of dates we have here. Okay. One is we called as a date data type, and one more we called as your timestamp data type. Time stamp data type. These are the two things which was comes under in your okay date category. Okay, date, and second one is called as a timestamp. And the first we will be discuss these two. But before that, you can see to understand here first date you need to understand, then we can go for timestamp. So now I will go for date data type. Okay. So, and you know this when we see this data, so all of you know it. This data type I can use whenever I want to store my date information. Okay, now. So same as here also, this data type we are going to be using. Okay, to store or storing to store date and time information. Date and time information. Okay. But here the thing is what we called as time is not okay mandatory. It is called as in the bracket you can write now, time is optional. Time is optional. Okay. So why the people called as time is optional means it's not necessary whenever my column is date data type column. I don't want to, and otherwise I no need to insert a time. Okay. And without a time, even though I can insert only data. And here one more problem is that the date explicitly user can insert it into your table column. It will be happened and it will be supported. But when it comes to time, it is not supporting. For example, let me see. I'm going to take one of my column, hire date. On this data, okay, on this column, I was applied here date data type. So now this is one specific column in my table. Okay. And now if I want to insert, okay, some information into this column, the date information. So today my date was what now? 20/09/2023, but it was not 09. It was taking what now? September 2003. And here also, you must be remember your date and time expressions must be enclosed with the single quotes. If you're not using single quotes, you can't directly insert. So now when I'm going to sending this, what it was happen, it will be allowed. Okay, it will be allowed. So that's okay. I can explicitly, I can insert this date expression. But now if I want to insert time into this column, okay, how I can insert the time means, for example, if you want to insert time, the time is what now? 18, okay, colon, how many minutes here? 29. And now you can see here. So hours I can enter here, minutes I can enter here, but seconds, what should be entered? What should be entered? My seconds. Come on. How I can insert seconds? Is it possible? No. For example, are you inserting your seconds at the point of 0.3 seconds? Are you inserting? But at the time of inserting level, 0.3 seconds can be changed. Got it my point now? So that means here the problem is what now? Seconds is the problem. Because seconds, I cannot hold it. I cannot catch it. I can hold it hours. I can hold it minutes because 1 minute is equals to 60 seconds. So I can hold it. Okay, the user or programmer have a chance to hold this. So hour and minutes can be hold it, but I can't hold it seconds because seconds if I send your 0.3 installation time, it will be 0.10 or 10 or 12 or 50 or 30, whatever it is. So that is the reason explicitly it's nothing but user defined. Otherwise, manually, you cannot insert time. If you try to insert the time manually by programmer, then immediately it was showing error. Okay, so that's why the people what they will say time is optional. So if you are not inserted, even though nothing problem to you, by default it will be take it out. Okay, so now here you can't insert the time. If any interview person is asking, can I insert a date by explicitly? What do you say? Yes, I can. Can I insert a time explicitly? What do you say? No, never, impossible. Okay, now? So explicitly, it is not possible. Explicit means manually. It's not possible, but implicitly possible. So whenever you want to store your date along with the time, okay, if you want to store the both informations exact and accurately, so instead of this, okay, instead of this, what should be used, sir? Means that there is a one function is there in Oracle that is called as a sysdate. So whenever I inserted sysdate, then sysdate is nothing but system data. So automatically in your system, whatever the date and time it will be showing to you, whatever the date and time it will be showing to you, the date was 29 2023 and time was 1832, and along with this it will be catching your seconds also. So implicitly I can insert time, but explicitly we can't insert time because we cannot hold it seconds. Got it? So and now you can use sysdate. When you use sysdate, it will be accepted because system will be catch the seconds exactly at the point of time. So that's why it is a possible, but manually impossible. Okay, na? So this is one thing should be remembered. So now here observe next point. What do you say? If user didn't insert time, then Oracle server will take 12:00:00 AM. Okay, by default. So what it will take if user didn't insert time, okay, then Oracle server will take 12:00:00 AM. Okay, now by default it will be take it as. Okay, so this is internally your system will take that responsibility to take your time by default. How much here? 12:00. So 12:00 means it's a new day, next day, the starting of the day. Understand now? If you want to change this time and I wanted my time, that means whatever the exactly time, then you can use a sysdate. Understand that how to use in coming classes, you can understand. Okay, na? Right. And this is one point should be remembered. And the next one is what now? Data type or your timestamp data type. Both are how much, that means from where to where I can store the date expressions in this data type columns. Okay, now, so you have some range. The date range was there here from so and so date to so and so date only I can store. And below that, above that, you cannot store it. So that means Oracle people and Oracle Corporation people, there was given particular range for a data. Okay, now what is that rate? Okay, right down below. The range of date is from, now you can see 01 dash Jan dash, okay, 4712 BC. BC stands for before Christ, to 31st December 9999. Okay, so I just go to AD. AD stands for Anno Domini. So this is your range. So that means whenever I want to input or insert my date expression, the date expression must be within the range only. So 4712 BC to 9999 AD. In between any date, any year of date, okay, you can insert. But now 4712 BC less than, okay, 9999 greater than. You cannot insert, and that values are not allowed by your Oracle. It was showing invalid. Understand? Na? So this is your range. And now we are staying in 2023. So that means we have a up to what? 9999. But we are living still 2023. So that means there are so many years we have it here. Okay. So maybe at that moment, at that time, 9999, maybe this earth will there or not there, we don't know. The human beings are there or not there, we don't know. If anybody is there up to this time now, maybe the next generation people, they will be creating their year not in 4 digits, they're creating their year in 5 digits. If up to anybody is there. Okay, na? So any generation people was living up to 9,000 years, okay, that definitely they will thinking like that, okay, 4-digit format is completed, then we need to create a new format, then the year will comes to 1,000. Okay, na? So, but that we don't know what happened, but this is Oracle people was given this much range, okay, up to 999, you can save it. Okay, na? And the next year, Happy New Year, but we don't know. The next year is a Happy New Year, but which year, what is that, we don't know. Okay, at the time, how the technology will change, what kind of systematic will come. Okay, now whether at the time your month is having, okay, what we can say, two digit date is having 2 digit, year is having 4 digits, we don't know. So what it was happen. Okay, now, but this is your range, we can save it. Okay. Now, the next point, one more thing, very important. The default date format in Oracle. Okay, now every database is having its own default date formats. Okay, so here when you're working on Oracle, there is some particular format we should insert and we should save. Okay, what is that format? Right down below. The default data format of Oracle database is, okay, what is this? Here observe, open your single quotes compulsory, DD, it's representing day, MON, it representing month, and here YY, you can take 2 digits format of YY. Otherwise, even though you can put it a YYYY. Okay, now 4 digits format also allowed. And some space, and after that, you need to give hours, HH, colon, you can give MI, minutes, colon, and you can give SS, seconds. So this is your default format of Oracle. in this format only, you should insert. If format will be changed, that that the date information will not accept. Understand? Na? But sir, I want to insert in different manner. At the time, again, we want to use some other additional functions. That which type of functions are means to underscore char functions, to underscore date functions. So with the help of some functions, we can insert our date expressions as our required format. Okay, na? So that is different. But when you have to insert means this is the main thing. Okay, right. And suppose if I want to insert today date, how I can insert? So today date is what? 20. So 20 dash. Yes, so many people when they was inserting the date expression into the date column, what they will think that they want to give 09 because this is September. But if you are given like this, then this is not allowed. Okay, na? So your month should not be in the digit format. Your month should not be in the digit format. Your month should be in the character format. And the characters also how to take means here the first three characters of month spelling. Okay, na? The first three characters of a month spelling. So now this month September. So what should we take now? SEP. This is acceptable. Okay. And now you can see either you can give the last two digit format. If you give like this, it will be accepted. Otherwise, 4-digit format also you can give it. It will be acceptable. And after that, we know this. We know this. We don't want to insert time. That means I can't insert my time because that is not possible by explicitly here. So what I want to do here, it will take by default what? 12 0 0 0 0. It will be take it like this. Okay, na? So this is the way you can go to save or insert or store your data expression. Right down below. Okay, right. And now how this memory allocating for this expression or this information to storing purpose, how much bytes, okay, or how many bytes it will be allocating means here observe. Your date purpose, 1 byte of memory allocating by the system. Your month purpose, 1 byte of memory allocating. And here, year purpose allocating 2 bytes. Either you can send your year in this format or in this format, any format you can, but year interval purpose, it was giving 2 bytes only. Either 23 you can send or 2023 you can send, but it will take only 2 bytes. And now will be go for this internally hour 1 byte it will give it and minutes purpose 1 byte will give it us and seconds purpose 1 byte. So that means if anybody asks you what is the size, what is the maximum size of date data type? If anybody asks you how much? 7 bytes. Sorry. What is this? 7 bytes. Okay, now this should be remembered. And this 7 bytes are we called as a fixed memory. It never change. It never change. So the point is the maximum size of data type is 7 bytes. Okay, right. Okay, sir, the data type, we understand that. Okay, so this is the information about the data. But sir, when come to timestamp, and this is when I want to use. This is when I want to use. Okay. Here very simple. Remember the differences between date and timestamp is a very small difference here. Can you see in my date data type, I can store, okay, my time up to seconds only. Can you identify here? Okay, I can store up to seconds only. But you're asking, sir, I want it milliseconds also. You want it what now? Milliseconds also. So I want to store my time information not only up to seconds, I want to store along with the milliseconds. If you want it along with milliseconds, then that column should be time stamp. Understand now? So that means what you understand here, timestamp is also same as, but only small difference, milliseconds also storing. Right, W? It will store date and time along with the milliseconds. Okay, right. And now how it will be considered here? The default, okay, date format of Oracle, it's a common, but here date time default. The default date format of a timestamp in Oracle database. Okay, what should we add here? I should add milliseconds. Now tell me, 1 second is equals to how many milliseconds? Oh my God. What here? 1 hour is equals to how many minutes? 60. 1 minute is equals to how many seconds? 60. 1 second is equals to 60 milliseconds. ये फ्लो अच्छा है मेरे को, सो डाल दूंगा मैं. How many guys? Come on, you're all are mathematics students, yes or no? Up to intermediate, all are same, na? Up to 10th or inter, maximum same. What is that? Google search, that's why this much time taken, So 1 second is equals to 1000 milliseconds. Okay, na? Right. So how it will be storing the millisecond format? 0, 0, 0, 0. And now for this milliseconds purpose, your system will give it as what? 4 bytes. And total 7 plus 4, how much? 11 bytes. That means the maximum size of timestamp data type is how much here? 11 bytes. So this is timestamp memory allocation. And here also fixed memory. Okay, right. So these are what now? Data type. So now check it out. Integer, float, string character, string alphanumeric, date, time. These are the formats as of now we will store. Is there any other format we can store? Anything is left? Think your real time. Think your real time registration forms. Think your real time applications. Is there anything is missing? For example, you need to take an account from a SBI bank or something. They will give some account form now. There you can fulfill what it was there. Integer is there. Okay. Character strings are there. Okay. Alpha is there. Date is there. What next it will be there? Is there any data we are missing? Huh? Photo. Your photos. Sometimes you can see online applications. We will be upload our photo now. Yes or no? So for example, okay, for example, you have an application. This is, and the top of the corner, what it was asking to you, photo. So at the time you need to upload photos or not? Yes, but these photos again I have to store in database. So how I can store it? Photos, like not only photos, images, audio files, as well as video files. These are called a multimedia operations. Image file, audio, video files, how I can store in my databases. If I'm storing these files, then which type of data types are supporting there? Okay, now right down below. Next category. Take now raw and long raw data types. Okay, basically these data types are using for storing image or audio or video, okay, file in the form of file in the form of which format means 0100101001, okay, format. Which format this is? Binary format. Okay, it will be stored 01 in the form of 010101 binary format. And this binary format purpose, user no need to do anything. Automatically, your database servers internally they have a converters. Those converters will be converting your image file, your audio file, your video files in the format of a binary. Okay, na? And this binary format of information will be saved under databases. Okay, and this binary purpose, I don't want to write any special code, any logics, nothing. It's a default. Understand now? That is the advantage of what now? Databases. So in this format, your files can be storing here. But sir, okay, then what is the differences between these two data types here? Okay, let me come out here. First one you can see raw. Raw data type we called as it is a static data type. It is a static data type. Okay. And the maximum size is 2000 bytes. 2000 bytes. But whereas come to when you comparing to long RAM, okay, long RAM is called as here. Okay, long RAM is called as here. It is a dynamic data type. It is a dynamic data type. And what is the maximum capacity of this data type here? The maximum size is 2 GB. The maximum size is 2 GB. Okay. So these are up to the different formats of data can be stored. And along with these things, we have some more special data types are introducing by Oracle. These are called as a very large scale data types. Okay, now those data types are called as text hiding lob data types. These are some special data types are introducing by Oracle people. Lob data types. Okay, here, what is the stand of lob? Lob stands for, okay, any expected? It stands for, what now? Large objects. It stands for large objects. And these large objects data types are, again, we have some types. One is called a blob, is a one thing. Second one we called as a CLOB, is a one more thing. Next one we called as here NCLOB. It's a one more. So these are comes under large objects data types. blob, CLOB, NCLOB. Okay. Now what is what? Let me see and discuss here. What is the mean by blob and what is the stand of blob here? The blob stands for, so carefully observe, it stands for, B stands for what now? Binary large object data type. Okay, it stands for. And it is a dynamic data type, guys. Dynamic data type. And what it will be stored here? This data type will store image, comma, audio, comma, video files in the form of which format I said? 0101 binary format. That's why it is called as a binary large object. Okay, binary format. But now you have a question. What is your question? Sir, actually the binary video, audio and images we already saved by using of a raw and a long raw. Then why again we want to use this blob? Means that here observe. So raw capacity up to 2000 bytes of binary informations can be stored. If your information is more than 2000 binary, you cannot. Then we need to use what now? 2 GB. So memory extensions you can observe. But long maximum capacity 2 GB. So more than 2 GB, if you want to go for it, then you have to use what now? blobs. That's why it is called a large objects. So now, here I don't. The maximum size of blob is how much here? 4 GB. 4 GB. The storage capacity will be increases by data type to data type. Next one, CLOB. First of all, you want to know here, it stands for, C stands for what is now? Character large object. So data type and okay, it is a dynamic data type. It is a dynamic data type and it will store non-Unicode characters. Non-Unicode characters. Okay. Non-Unicode characters. That means only English language is supporting. Then what is the difference here? The maximum size is how much here? 4 GB. Next one, NCLOB. NCLOB. So NCLOB, this data type we are using, guys, here. And first NCLOB stands for, N stands for what now? National Characters Large Object. And it is also dynamic data type and storing which type of characters? Unicode characters, maximum size is 4 GB. Okay, right. So these are complete your data types. But finally, the conclusion, if you see, you will get some idea. And if anybody have still confusion, so final conclusion, one statement I will show you, then you will get some clarity. Okay, now what is that conclusion here? Observe. If you want to store here non-Unicode characters, the initial data type is called as a char of size. Char of size, capacity, how much here? Come on, 2000 bytes. This memory extension is called as varchar2 of a size. How much it will be extended here? 4000 bytes. This data type extension is called as long. How much capacity? 2 GB. This long extension we called as a, what is this? C lob. How much here? 4 GB. So that means finally the conclusion is what now? These all data types are we are using storing which type of characters? Non-Unicode characters. Okay, now? So every data type is going to be introducing with the extension of their memories. This is a difference, but these are all are using for storing non-Unicode characters. Okay, right. This is the conclusion of these data types. Next, if anybody asks you, what is the conclusion for Unicode? Now, I think you understand now. What is this? NCAT, 2000 bytes. Next, nvarchar, okay, 4000 bytes. Next, long, because long is supporting both types of characters. That's why you just keep it that. And here final what? nclob. This is for Unicode character. That means these all data types are same purpose we are using. But only the thing is what now? Memory extensions. That is the only thing. Next, what finally next? Binary data. So now we can see binary data first limit is what now? Ra. How much? 2000 bytes. Next extension is what now? Long Ra. How much here? 2 GB. Next extension is what now? B lob. What is the extension? 4 GB. This is. Okay, na? So these are the conclusion of your data types. Okay, right. So data types clear now? Now with the help of these data types, now I'm designing my tables, and in your day-by-day classes, you can understand that these data types are how it will be used and work. Okay, na? Right. So now, can you remember in the last session where we stopped here before data types here? Creating of a table. Can you remember? Yes. So here we stopped here. Okay, how to create a new table in your Oracle. So as per the syntax, we must be required data type knowledge. So that knowledge now we got it, and now we will go for to create or design your table. Understand now? Right. So now I will take this here. Okay, right. So this is creating of your new syntax for your table creation. And finally, So now what do you understand here? If I want to design my table, I must be required the knowledge of data type. Okay. So as per the syntax, you just go to your SQL plus. You just open your SQL plus and MyDB 6 PM. There are deleted. There are. Okay. Let me check it out. How to check? To whom I need to contact? First, initially system. How I can see my usernames? What is the syntax to view usernames? Come on. Come on. I was given already. Check. Changing password. Forgot it password. Select username from all underscore users. Let me check this. So now, can I write capital now? There is no doubt now. Capital just for your visibility purpose, I'm writing here for last people. But you can write a capital, small, combination of capital and small, because SQL is not case sensitive. This point is clear now? Right. So I'm writing select, what is this? Username from all underscore users. I want to check first of all. So MyDB 4 is there, 11 is there, 2 is there, 9 AM is there. Okay, 6 PM also available. So that means already my user is existing now. Okay. After existing this, can I connect now? So MyDB 6 PM / MyDB 6 PM. I connected. After connected, now I want to see in this user account or user database, is there any tables as of now we have or not? You need to check. Is one more command is there? Don't try to observe. That is called as select star from tab. So this syntax we are using the list of tables we want to view. Okay, now in your database. So now what it was show? Yes, we have already one table. What is that? EMP table. So I just keep it that, otherwise I can drop the table. Okay, what is this? EMP. Okay, I drop it now. And now we can come back and see present there is no tables in my database. Okay, now? Right. And now I'm going to creating some new tables. Can I create now? Or else we require any permission? Come on. Do you wanted permission? Yes. Which permission? Grant, create table permissions. Okay. First, connectivity permission. Next, table creation permission. Understand na? So, who will give it that permission? Admins. Con. You can go for who's? System, Tiger. System, Tiger. I already connected, but it was saying to me the password will expire within 7 days. Okay, no problem. So I connected here. What is the command I want to use? Grant what? Create table to whom? MyDB 6 PM user. Okay, grant succeeded. After getting permissions from your admin, then again your MyDB 6 PM user. Again, your MyDB 6 PM user. Now he want to connect again with his user account. And now can I create my table? Yes. Now tell me syntax. Create table, table name student, student ID. What I want to take? Int, integer, data type. Yes or no? But integer data type is having any size? No. Can you remember or not? Yes, no size. Next, student name. Char. Okay, na? Char. Suppose if I'm not giving size here, what happen you can see. Char. But char must be have a size, but I'm not mentioned the size. Next, student fee. Student fee, which data type? Number of 6, 2. There are 3 initial columns, very small table I'm creating here. STID, integer format of column. Yes name is a character format, that's called a string format of column. Fee was called as a float expressions. Now, can you tell me in my student fee column, How much fees can I store? 0 to, come on, 9,999.99. Yes or no? That means I cannot store 10,000 rupees. Okay? Because my limit is how much? 6 only. Okay, fine. Now I try to create this table. So table is created. Table is created, but you see the size is not given. Then how much it will take by default, sir? Okay, careful observe. If I want to see the structure, then I can understand that what is the structure desk. What is the desk? I will explain. Now you can see stid. I was taken what integer, but what it was happening internally, you can see converting into number with how much here 38 precision. That means 38 digits of number I can save. Okay. In the latest version, integer will converting into number type with the only precision. There is no scale. Okay. Next, character, I was not given any size. By default, how much it was taken? 1. So that means how many characters can I store? That is a problem. Understand na? So you can send only single character. So you cannot send a more than one character. Got it my point now? So that's why you must and should be mention size. If you mention size as per your need and necessity, then you can insert your required number of characters. Otherwise, it will take only one cat. Okay. That's why what I'm going to do, drop table. What is the table name? Student. Okay, why I'm using perg, that I will explain to you one by one. Don't worry. So I deleted my table again. Come back now. Now we can see. So now I'm going to send my character size is how much? 10. And now I execute your table created. And after created, you can see the structure. Okay. See the structure. Now we can observe S name is taken how many? 10. So that means now into this column, how many number of characters names can I store? 10 characters is a max limit. 11 characters of name can I store? No. Okay, na? Right down below. Creating syntax will take, and in this example, first you have to connect with your user administrator. Okay. Right now, enter username. Take from here onwards, you can take. From starting onwards, you can take. Tiger, you just connect with first your admin user, and admin user will connected. Then after you can take a permission. Here I'm writing here. Granting. Okay, granting create table permission to user. Granting create table permission to user. What is our syntax, guys? What is the formula? Grant. Grant. Okay, create table to whom it is? MyDB 6 p.m. So first up to here you can take now. First connect with your system, and after that take permission, create table permission, take it. Then after you can go and create your own tables. Okay. Then after, you just can't connect with your user account, enter username. What is this here? MyDB 6 p.m. / MyDB 6 p.m. Then after, you will be connected now. After connected, then you can write your query. So this is initially you people will be do it. So don't confuse in this. First log in with your okay, right. So then after you will be go like this and your table will successfully you created. Okay, right. So table creation in your user account, not in the system. Okay, right. After the table structure is created, then how I can see the table structure here, right down here, how to view this structure. How to view the structure of a table. How to view the structure of a table. Okay, right. What is my syntax for this? The syntax will be here I'm using desk keyword, and after that should be give it a table name. And if anybody asks you here what is desk, desk is nothing but what is that? Describe. Okay, desk is nothing but describe. So now this is my syntax and I want to go for example. So I already okay show you the example here. SQL dash keyword. What is your table name? Student. So when you go for and see the structure of your table once I created or once you created, okay, right. So now clear? Mm. Now come out and see guys here. So after created your table and your table structure also you can see like this, and later I want to see this table is successfully created in my database or not. If you want to view the list of tables or else how many number of tables are there in my database, that kind of information do you want to view and see. So what we want to do here, what I said, we will be right like this, what? Select star from tab. A tab is nothing but predefined table. Okay, at the time of installation, some predefined tables also installed. That when, how I will explain in the major classes. I will show you that all. So now see, here carefully observe whenever you call this syntax your select star from tab, the T name is called as table name. What is your table name? Student. Tab type. That means I said already, databases are nothing but it's a collection of different types of objects like a tables, views, synonyms, indexes, clusters, sequences, procedure, function, trigger. There are different types of objects. Now, in that, in these many different types of objects, your student object is which type? Which type? Which type? It is a table object. Okay, the type of object is what now? Table. So by seeing of this, you can understand that student is a tabler, student is a viewer, student is a synonymer, so student is a indexer that you can easily identify. And what about cluster ID, sir? So clusters is very advanced topics, and this cluster ID, after some classes will over, you can understand. So in future, I will show you what is clustered, cluster IDs, how it will be created, and how it will be showing. That is another level of concepts we will see in the future. Okay, now, but as of now, initially, table name and your object type. Okay, now these are. So in that way, you can see your list of tables, how many number of tables are there in the database. Right down below. The next statement, take it. How to view the list of tables in database. And in database means, don't confuse, it's only Oracle database, not other databases. So now what is your syntax for this? The syntax should be used. Okay, right. So now these are today's session, how to create a table, how we can see the structure of table, how we can see list of tables. Okay, now